20 is for you. 20 is for growth. 20 is for the boards. Ladies, more gagging and less nagging. The same energy and the mouth you are using to cuss out these.
So this word is ear, which means this word is beer. No, it's bear. You know, it's because it's ear with a B. Bear. That's why. Which means this word would be bared? No. What would you think? It's bear with a D. Beard. Let's take a step back, okay? This word is bear, which means this word is fair. No, it's fear. You know, ear with.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Kansas State Wildcats, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field. At the 25. Offense set on first down. The give on the inside. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver shows motion. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2, so always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
They'll run it from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team, and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming in.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. After run, now throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And I tell you what, defensively, you want to set the tone, and you gave up a few plays, but bowed your neck, got a big turnover. That's what you dream about. You dream about forcing a turnover, especially on the first possession. Offense, it's your turn.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The colors of the day were maize and blue when Michigan won a close one last year.
It was Ohio State leaving the stadium feeling blue after that one, too. The way that Michigan enforced their...
He's going to let it go. Pulls it in inside the 10. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Ooh, the defense so lucky that was not a touchdown. The offense saw an opportunity to take a chance and take a shot, and they executed that play beautifully.
After that big play, they're trying to pay it off right on the goal line. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And they give him enough for the 1st down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the 1st. Here's Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Looking to take a shot. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Give to the single back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Off play action. He'll throw it. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Buys a little extra time. Now he's looking into the middle. And he makes the catch inside the 25. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. To the air, it's Orji. Starts to scramble to the left. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
That keeps the score. Michigan 7, Ohio State 0.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking to throw it. Coming after it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. That's caught. It's Henderson. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Man, a great job.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass, it's Howard. And the quarterback is snowed under. How many problems does it cause for an offense when the D can get pressure from its nose tackle?
He's usually a guy that sits in the middle in two gaps, and it's really hard to rush the passer, but really nice job using his hands, getting to the quarterback. When a nose tackle gets a sack, everybody gets excited, because that guy doesn't get many of those.
That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offense, a sack. Now it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Going for the big play. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Paul.
That's it, David. Just a couple of 1st downs here could be enough to steal 3 points before this half is over.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. Dances away from the heat. He's turning it loose into the middle. And it's caught inside the 25. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Takes it inside his own 20. Chance for great field position here. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He wants to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. He'll throw one to his right. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. The Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the 1st half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the 2nd half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll take another shot here. Brings it in down the left side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Nifty little dance step. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. The Wolverines will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's caught inside the 30. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. On the run, it's Edwards. Not much room, a pickup of 2 down to the 28.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Handoff from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They built a comfortable lead, and Michigan is firmly in control.
Hail to the victors has been playing. This team has handled the moment, handled the game, as well as any Michigan team we've seen. They know every year this will be a fight, but Michigan has brought it, and Ohio State hasn't responded.
And I think Michigan has just done a better job executing here in the second half. I love the way they've mixed in the run with the pass offensively. Defensively, they're doing a great job communicating. They're just the more locked-in team here late in the game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We wrap it up with a sack.
Michigan 21, Ohio State 0.
The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets a block. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they want in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Grabbed over the middle. It's Morris. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Leaves it with the running back. Punts for the tackle. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Oh, he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21.
And you wonder if mechanically something is off with this kicker. That's now his 2nd missed field goal of the day. And, guys, we've got almost perfect conditions to kick the football. I'm not sure what's going on.
Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Finds a man in the middle. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Off the play fake on 1st down. He lets one fly deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Michigan has long had defenses built on discipline, carrying out their assignment, and they have done that to perfection today.
Carry out your assignment, do what you're supposed to do, but do it with bad intentions. That's what I like. I like the physicality. They want to hit you in the mouth year after year. Michigan.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the middle. Makes a grab enough for the 1st. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
First and goal, Ohio State.
Dropping back, it's Howard. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7. They say every game counts the same in the standings, and that is true, but there are some games that no matter what the coaches say, they just mean a little more, and they hurt a little more if you lose.
They do, and that's a fact, and every player will tell you that. There are some games that are highlighted before the season that this game matters more, and it's not that the other ones don't matter. It's just that the hate runs so deep for some of these rivalries and some of these kids that grew up across the street from each other that went to different schools.